This year marks the 25th anniversary of Gundam Wing, so to celebrate, I wanted to build one of my favorite designs from the show, that being the Master Grade Wing Endless Waltz Edition. Not really from the show, from the movie, but same thing. Before we can get it built though, we have to build it up, so let's start with that construction. In terms of looks, it's kind of surprising just how old this kit really is. It came out in 2004, but you could be mistaken for thinking it's a Master Grade that came out in the last few years, just with kind of the level of intricacy it has just on the surface level detail. It looks really, really nice. Throwing it onto the 360 spinner here, and you can get a really good look on just how vibrant this kit really is. The colors, the blues, the reds, the yellows, they all pop out really, really nicely. And it's very different from the other versions of the wing kit that I have that we'll look at a little bit later. I guess you could say the blues maybe look a little too plasticky, but I plan to paint it anyways, so hopefully that won't be an issue. But even without that, I really like how these look, and you can see there's no panel lining, haven't done any of that yet, and it still looks great. But now let's jump right into that articulation. The arms are only held together by a polycap up there in the shoulder. The hands have a polycap here as well. They can each do a full 360 spin. The shoulders unit themselves, they kind of have this sliding mechanism here that is more so for the transformation that we will get into here in a bit. Still kind of cool in terms of the actual build, but it can kind of get a little floppy if you don't push them in all the way. Kind of an annoyance, but not too bad. The arm, full 360 even with the shoulder. Again, because it's only a polycap there, it can get a little weird, a little janky at times. You're not getting any of that double bend anywhere, so that's kind of annoying, but you can't ask for much more from a kit from 2004. I wish I could ask for more from the head, though, because, again, it's one single polycap on a ball joint, so you're just getting a little bit of that up and down action and a little bit of that back and forth action as well. You're not really getting too much in terms of poses, and again, for the legs, they're all held in by a single polycap up there at the waist unit. So you're not going to get anything too crazy. And these butt flaps back here stop it from going all the way back. Though I will say, even though you're not getting a lot of movement up there at the hip, you are getting a lot of movement down here at the knee. These guys can go all the way back. Again, kind of more so for the transformation, but it does allow for you to get some pretty menacing kicks both ways. It's pretty nice that kneecap armor can kind of move around too. To help just add a little bit more of that articulation. Very nice stuff, honestly. And something I was pretty surprised about is the amount of flex you're getting at the waist. You're getting a pretty nice waist crunch. It's got two different points of articulation, so not as bad as it could have been, honestly. And one of my favorite things about any Master Grade is you're getting this opening cockpit in the chest here. I will say it works surprisingly well. Here in this kit, it's just a simple pop out, and it looks really nice. And whenever you want to put it back in, it's as simple as a little pop back in, just like so. Next up, let's check out the accessories that come with this kit. You're not getting a whole lot. You're just getting the Buster Rifle, shield, and these energy packs. I'm not too sure exactly what these are realistically supposed to be. Obviously, I know that they're kind of ammo packs to help keep the Buster Rifle charged up, but they kind of fit in real weird, and they almost look like kind of, I don't know, like almost bigger shields in a weird way. It's a cool design, but they take the same spot as the shield on the arm. There's nowhere else to put them, so I don't think I'll be having them posed up on the kit very often. Pretty cool that you can articulate the energy packs there. That piece needs to go back in there. Okay, we'll put that back. Let's take a look at that Buster Rifle. It's not too much going on. It's just three simple colors: the black of those energy packs, the light gray, and then this yellow. I plan to paint it all, so don't worry about those nubs. I'll get those cleaned up. It is, for what it is, not too bad, but my problem with that is a little bad is this guy right here just does not want to. It's supposed to be able to flick back for the transformation. Maybe I'll be able to get it once we actually go to the transformation. Right now, not so much. Shield, pretty basic shield. I like the color separation on this and that extra little white fin it's got at the edge. It holds onto the arm via just this one peg here. Not too complex. but it really does get the job done. As you can see, there's that little indent on the arm. This just clips in like so, just like that, and you can rotate the shield over to be in the front position, and it does the job. Again, nothing too crazy. It is what it is for 2004 kit. One thing that I cannot stand by, no matter how old it is this hand holding for the Buster rifle. It's the exact same hands that are in the Master Grade Easy 8 that I have that just cannot hold the rifle, and that couldn't even hold a small submachine gun, let alone this giant rifle. I tried to get it in a bunch of different poses, and yeah, it just flops down. I don't think I'll be posing with the gun very often, so it doesn't matter. But speaking of poses, let's pop this guy on a stand and see what we can get. Honestly, one of my favorite aspects about the wing kit is just the kind of silhouette it provides with these big angelic wings, and this one specifically, the shoulder units really add a little bit of flair that the others just don't, and he gives off this almost menacing vibe. I really like it a lot, and I really like this kit a whole lot in terms of just pure design. But speaking of the other wing kit, here he is standing next to the other wing kits that I have, that being the other version of the wing and the heavy arms that I've painted myself. Hopefully going to do something like that with this version. But something we need to do with this version is transform him still, and something I was very happily surprised is that this transformation is not bad at all. Not bad at all. It really just starts with moving these arms into the front position, moving those shoulder units down like I mentioned earlier, and kind of popping them into place. It kind of feels weird. Next up, we're moving the legs, just kind of slendering them back, and those knee joints that I mentioned earlier, those are going to come into play as we're going to pop it up, and then we're going to pop it over just like so, and that'll get those legs into place. And then all we really have to do is get the shield, buster rifle, cannon, I don't know what you call it, but we got to combine these two, and this is where I was having trouble with that blue piece. It does not want to flick back, and I didn't realize it here. I thought I got it, but it was still too far forward, and that'll come to bite me here momentarily whenever we try to get this guy onto the kit itself. As you can see, I also didn't realize how to connect these two, and yeah, there it is. Good job. Good job. You got it. There. Yep, there it is. You got it. One of the final steps is just taking his backpack, and it feels really bad, but you're just going to kind of flick it down like so. If I can, yeah, there it is. You're going to flick it all the way down, and this is going to open up that peg in the back so you can attach that buster rifle. And again, this is where I was having those issues where I should have been able to move that blue piece up and over so it wasn't hitting on the head so much. I realized my mistake here, and I do get that fixed. It just has a little bit much more of a harder snap than I was expecting. I didn't want to bust it, but there it is, just like that. Now I can do it up and over, can go over the head. The rifle can attach in the back like so. There we go, just like so. That'll go forward. Oh, okay, there we go. Finally got it. That'll go forward just like that. And realistically, transformation is now done. Pretty darn simple compared to some of the other transformations I've done, like the Real Grade Zeta. We won't be mentioning that one anymore. Let's take a look at how this guy actually looks, shall we? It's strange. I'm usually not for transforming Gundam. They're usually not my thing, but something about the silhouette, again, on this one, just looks so darn cool. And the transformation being as easy as it was just gave me a little more hope that maybe I might actually want to repose this guy in the future. Usually if I transform a kit, I transform him once for a video and then I send him right back. But this guy, I don't know, maybe I'll be able to do him more than once and not feel like I'm completely breaking the kit. Because this was actually not bad at all, and again, I really like how it turned out. So, props to that. It's very much surprisingly so. terms of design, in terms of everything except some basic articulation, this guy is pretty darn good. Obviously, from being from 2004, has a little bit of limitations compared to something a little bit newer, so he's going to get docked a little bit there. But if you like the wing kits, if you like the wing in general, I would highly recommend this one. I'd also recommend the other wing. If you want to see some info about that, let me know. Maybe I'll do a video about that. But either way, I appreciate you guys watching. And oh yeah, let's give this one 5 out of 5 Zagox. Appreciate you guys watching. If you liked, I'm trying to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Trying to get monetized by the end of the year. If you guys want to help, I would appreciate it. Either way, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.